Now we're going to do what is called a gable roof of the dormer on this building right here. And I realized just now that I had not put this label on for this roof. So I'm going to click the little icon for my text, and this is called a hip roof. And I'll close that one out. And I'll restart my text again, and this is going to be gable. I'll put a W here with dormer. Yeah, I hope if I spelled it right. D-O-R-M-E-R. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look at this in 3D. Okay, there we are. Okay, so now we have, we're going to zoom in on this one. We're going to work on this one here. So this is going to be a gable roof with dormer, and the very first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to create what's called a new level. And we've changed level names before, but we've never created one. These are the levels. We have a level of roof, that's at 8 feet. We have a level of floor, that's at 0. We're going to create a new level that we're going to call dormer. So I'm going to zoom out here a little bit just so I can see the whole line that's on here. And on the architecture tab, all the way over here on the right, it says the word level, and I'm just going to click on that. Now I'm going to come out to the end of this, and I didn't click, I just put my cursor on the end of this, and I'm going to bring this up, and you can probably barely see it, but there is some blue text on the left that says 8 feet, and I want this new level 8 feet above the roof level. I'm going to pull this over and until it snaps into the floor and roofs. It's going to be about the same length there, and I'll hit escape a couple times as I zoom in, and the level should be about 16 feet in total. That's coming right from the floor. Now where it says level here, I'm just going to click, and I'm going to change this word to dormer. There we go. All right, and then would you like to rename? You just say yes to that. Okay, and then I can double click to see everything. So I've got a new level there named dormer. And let's see, next step. All right, we are going to create the roof now. So I'm going to go back to my roof level, and I'm going to create a new roof. I'm going to zoom in on this again, and you can see it's grayed out because remember I'm flying 4 feet above it. I'm going to hit roof by footprint, and I'm going to start by clicking all of my lines here, and I want to change this line and this line. Those are going to become the lines that do the slope for this particular roof. So I just push escape twice, and that's the way you exit out of commands, is you push escape twice. So I click on this line, and I'm going to choose define slope, and here in the slope I can change this, and this is going to be a pretty steep roof, so this is going to be a pitch of 16/12, and then I'll choose the one on the right, and I'll hit define slope, and I'll change the slope there to 16/12 and hit apply. Now green check mark, and let's go take a look at this in 3D, and you can see that this is quite steep. Now for some reason, I don't know exactly why, it didn't ask to connect the walls to the roof for me, so I'm going to click on one of the walls and hit attach, and then attach it to the roof. I'm going to do the same thing with another wall, attach it to the roof, and you can see that I have a little rectangle there That's why I like to do all 4 of the walls, even though it looks like it's okay. It probably isn't. So I'm going to click on that and hit attach and get that wall done. And then the last one I have to attach is this guy. Okay, good. Now, excuse me. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to be drawing a wall on top of the level named roof. So I'm going to actually change to my roof level right now. And it didn't come up looking exactly like I'd like to. I want to see these walls on the inside of here. So I'm going to go down to my visibility and I'm going to change this to wireframe. Now I can see that wall, that is the roof level. So I'm going to start wall command here, and I'm going to change to my 6-inch generic wall. So I hit 6-inch generic. I'm going to come over to the right hand side of this. I guess it doesn't matter if you do this on the right or left. It doesn't really mean anything. I'm going to come down about 8 feet on this wall, and I'm going to make my dormer wall line 7 feet long. Then I'm going to also draw a line from the end of that back around 7 feet. I'll hit escape once, and I'll do the same thing on the opposite side and hit escape. Now, let's take a look at something here. I'm going to go to my 3D view. Here we go. And what you'll notice is that my walls are quite tall. That's the 20-foot wall thing. So I'm going to actually do what's called constrain them. I'm going to go over here to where it says top constraint and change this. So I'm going to push escape a couple times, get out of my drawing command. I'm going to pick on that one wall, and then where it says top constraint unconnected, I'm going to choose and pick the down arrow, and I'm going to take this and send it up to level dormer and hit apply. And then I'm going to do the same thing, and this time you should be able to see it. Change up to level dormer. So I want the top of this wall, these 3 walls, to be at the top of the actual dormer. Okay, so now I'm going to go change to my top view, and I'll rotate this around a couple times just to get it oriented in a way that I'm generally used to. Now we're going to put a roof on this dormer that we just created, and the way you go about doing that is you choose roof. It asks me what level I want to put this on, and I don't want it on the floor, and I do not want it on roof. I'm going to put it on that level that we just created called dormer, and I'm going to say yes. Now I'm going to actually do my roof on these 3 lines right here, or I'm just choosing my roof lines, and I don't have a back line on here, so I have to draw one in, and that I do by going up to where it says this is the draw panel, and you'll see the line tool there, and I'm going to click on that and bring it down to this one. I'm going to push the escape key a couple times and get out of the drawing tool. Now I'm going to click on that back line and just drag it forwards, and I'm going to drag it forwards to about 2.5 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I want to click on this outside line and turn on defines slope. And I'm going to leave the slope of this at a 9/12 pitch. And let me see, last thing here, green check mark. There we go. And let's take a look at this in 3D. And you can see that we have our dormer nicely drawn here. We've got a little bit of cleanup work to do now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the view cube and I'm going to choose this bottom corner here. I really prefer to use the view cube for scrolling around a little bit. You can also use this thing if you like to do an orbit, but I just prefer the view cube. So whatever you like to do is fine. All right, so our walls, our dormer walls, extend into the roof of this house, and we need to clean that up. And it's going to be just like this. We're going to clean. I'm going to click on the wall, one of them, and hit the attach top base, and I'm going to select the roof. And it didn't do what I expected it to. Why is that? Well, hold on a second. So here's what I forgot to do when I was trying to trim these walls up on the inside. I'm going to click on that wall. Come on. There we go. I'm going to hit attach top base. Now over here it says attach wall to the top or to the base. That radio button right there is what I want to choose. And then I come to the house wall there, or sorry, roof, and I click on it. I'm going to do the same thing to this one, attach top base, change that radio button to base, and then I'm going to choose the roof. Now, as long as I did this correctly, what you'll see is you'll still have your roof, your walls here. That's what kind of went away on me when I did this a couple minutes ago. So, one last step. Oopsie, come on. There we go. Zoom in on this here. So one last step to finish up here. Well, actually two. We're going to take this roof, dormer roof, and we're going to bring it back to the 1612 slope roof. Now, how do I do that? Well, I'm going to click on the dormer itself. I'm going to come up here to this tool. It's called Join/Unjoin Roof. There is another join tool here. Don't use that one. You've got to use this guy. That sort of looks like the roof from the top. I'm going to click on that. Now, down here on the bottom, it says select an edge at the end of the roof line that you wish to join or unjoin. So I'm going to click on that back line right there. Now it says select the face on another roof or wall to which you want the first roof to be joined. And I'm going to just put my cursor on this top line. I can do it also with the side ones, and I click, and that goes back there nicely. Last thing I want to do to clean this all up is I want to join/unjoin these walls, attach, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this one just to make sure that they are attached properly. So I'll click on, come on, give me this. Well, okay, there we go. Click on that one, attach, goes up to the roof, and we should be all set now with the shed roof with a dormer.